first I need you guys to be a little bit participatory and join in on this. All right, how many of you guys, so all the women, how many of you guys want your man to cook for you when you, just all day, every day?
Mine does.
All the men, how many of you guys want the girls to cook for you, your girlfriend or boyfriend, your girlfriend or wife or whatever?
Put your hand down, Jesus.
How can you guys do this when almost every single one of you guys goes to McDonald's and gets a dollar menu, and none of you know how to cook? Today I want to stress for you the importance of being able to cook, learning how to cook, and the importance of cooking all around. And the points I'm going to go over is the economic benefits, the health benefits, the family benefits, and the overall independence and independency benefits of cooking. Okay. The American Heart Association says that when you prepare and cook meals at home, you have better control over the nutritional content and the overall healthiness of foods you eat. You can also save money. So the health benefits, pretty much, if you're not eating out all the time, then you can monitor what's going in your food and what's not going in your food. I can almost guarantee you guys, if you are working at McDonald's, you do not want to eat McDonald's anymore because you know exactly what's in that food. So if you're cooking your own food, then you know exactly what's going in it. You don't have to worry about the chicken substitute or the beef substitute or whatever's in the pork that they're cooking at any other little fast food restaurants. Okay, another point is that you don't have to eat out as much, and you can save a little bit of money. You don't have to depend on, oh, I'm going to McDonald's today, I hope I have enough money. Or you don't have to depend on McDonald's getting your order right. Because I know that happens to some people. You go through the drive-thru, they don't get your order right, you have to go back. Sometimes you don't feel like going back. And then on top of that, you get fresher ingredients. You don't have to worry about your food, like sometimes getting food poisoning at the fast food restaurants or the other restaurants like Red Robin, Fridays, whatever. So that's another benefit. Yeah, the Michael Pollan, a author of cooking. It's a book. I suggest you guys all go read it. It's very beneficial when talking about the importance of cooking, the economic benefits, stuff like that. But he states that if we outsource all of our cooking to corporations, they will only buy from companies, from big companies and big farms. They're not going to buy from small farms. This is a problem when you look at the economic problems we're having today. We're in a recession. I know you guys are not all ignoring that. And if you're only buying from big companies and big farms and stuff like that, then you're really only helping the big companies flourish. And that's not really helping the smaller companies that do need your help and that do benefit from people grocery shopping and cooking for themselves. You save money. If you're saving money, then you can spend some of your hard-earned money on things that do help build the community, do help build the economy, and you can spend some of that money in a more productive way instead of going and spending your money and helping companies such as Jack in the Box, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Burger King. Those companies already have a lot of money. They don't really need that much money. I don't even know why they made the dollar menu, because they're already making money off of their regular menu.
Straight
up. The family benefits are pretty simple. Like, if you think about it, your family is a team. And if you have a good sense of team and community in your family, you build a stronger relationship. If you have one common goal and start cooking as a family, then you do build a stronger relationship. And I think that's important with everybody's family. So if you cook more with your family, then you have one common goal, you have one common reward. So if you sit down with your family and say, oh, I want to cook pasta tonight. Your brother gets the noodles, your mom gets the sauce, and your sister helps her with the sauce. Your dad helps make whatever side you want to have with the pasta. Then you have that one common goal. You end with the goal, and you get the reward, and you all have a sense of, oh, we just did this together. Now we can sit down and eat and enjoy this together. Finally, you become more independent. If you know how to cook for yourself, then you can cook for multiple people because you know that I can do this by myself. Why do I need somebody else to make my food for me? You don't really need the McDonald's or the Burger Kings or whatever to help you or to almost do what you're trying to do for yourself. Because you know, oh, why do I need to eat a McChicken when I can already make a chicken sandwich by myself and it's going to taste 10 times better because I'm using regular chicken instead of using whatever is in those chicken sandwiches. You do get that sense of accomplishment, and I think that's important when you're talking about your self-esteem. And on top of that, you don't really need to spend that much money on eating out. I think it's a big problem with a lot of college students. You spend a lot of your money eating out because you're always on the go, you're always studying, you're always trying to get to go hang out with your friends or go do whatever your family needs you to do. And if you just spend a little bit of money at the beginning of the week, possibly pre-cook your meals, like make a couple sandwiches, have those for a snack, or have those for an actual meal, and make those beforehand, then you don't really need to worry about going out to eat because you miss lunch. And you save money, you save time, and you save a lot of the things that you're missing in when it comes to eating out, health benefits such as that. So I hope today you guys really realize the importance of cooking and the fact that there are a lot of benefits, and I hope that you guys take into consideration that if you want your boyfriend or girlfriend to cook for you, you probably need to learn how to cook by yourself.
Next 30 seconds. You said what?
Stephanie, what did you think?
I thought the speech was very well. I really liked his opening. He made us all kind of laugh. And I think that boosted maybe his confidence a little, although he was a little bit nervous. His opening was really great. His examples are also good, and the topic is also very relevant to all of us, I think. And I like how in the end he restated his intro pretty much, and it kind of reminded us of everything he went over. So I think he concluded it very well, too.
Okay.
It was a little bit awkward with the audience survey, the way the questions were phrased, but you basically set us up for a pretty good point, and then you have the twist saying, well, I don't know what you're all talking about because none of you can cook anyway. I kind of like that idea, the setup there, and then we get the slam, and then you kind of set up the point that you're going to make in the speech, and I like that idea too, although I do think that your preview material seems like it's a little lengthy. We're going to go through a whole list of benefits. Simplify that structure a little bit more, and I think it'll be easier to follow. One of the problems that comes up during the presentation is that it feels frequently like I'm going over the same thing again and again. Like you talk about how economical or cost saving this is going to be in 3 different places, and so as a result it sounds more repetitive than it probably is, because I said, weren't we just talking about this a second ago? So I think you need to, like I say, have a little bit tighter control over some of the information. I think what happens is when you're talking about a particular point, you just kind of go off on that point and talk about everything you can think of on that point, and then you realize I'm going on to the next thing, and you're doing the same thing instead of having it planned a little bit more, what you're going to talk about on those individual points. And I think that that's problematic. There's not a lot of research in the speech, and I think you need a little bit more information in the presentation. For instance, I don't know that we want a whole speech on all the negatives about fast foods. I think most people understand that that's not good for you. We didn't need to have a whole bunch of that sort of thing. But for instance, what percentage of people do eat at home on a regular basis? How often do people eat out at fast food places? I think that there ought to be a little bit more information about that. Your suggestion that people eat at home and they share the responsibilities, I think you've got a really nice visualization here of a family putting a meal together and all sharing in the responsibility on that. But how practical is that? How likely is that for most people's circumstances? College students, for instance, are a good illustration of this. Their hours are a little bit different. Many of them are not living at home with their family. They're struggling to get by on their own. So kind of put it into those contexts as well. You did a little bit of that where you kind of suggested that people prepare meals ahead of time, but then it turns into I would not make sandwiches on Sunday to eat all week long. That doesn't make any sense. But for instance, if you plan for the week, if you know on Sunday what you're going to need for your food during the week, you can make sure that you have it all ready so that you can make yourself sandwiches. You can have that PB&J on Monday that's going to be quick and easy to dash off, and then the ham and cheese that's already in the refrigerator on Wednesday when you come home in the middle of the day between school and going to work. You know that you can put that together. And when you want to do that grilled cheese, you've got the cheese, you're not out of bread, and there's that George Foreman grill over there that you're going to be able to throw that together with. That kind of thing, I think you need to kind of expand it a little bit so it's not just, I was going to say Ozzie and Harriet, but do you guys know who Ozzie and Harriet are?
I do.
Okay, one group. Leave It to Beaver?
Yes.
Okay, it's not the Leave It to Beaver family putting together their meal, and Wally's out there getting the noodles together, and Mom's making the sauce, and, the Beaver is out there putting together the salad, and Dad comes home. Dad wouldn't do any of that kind of thing, and Leave It to Beaver, that would be, he'd just sit down, because he's already been working all day long, but... the world is a different place, and I think you need to kind of recognize that a little bit, and it's because there's not as much research in the speech, I think that you're not focusing on those kinds of things. You're talking about general things. By the way, how do people learn how to make meals for themselves? What could they do to be better at that kind of thing? That's kind of what I thought you were going to be talking about originally. What you ought to do is take a home economics class. You should take advantage of a cooking class that's being offered at a local kitchen utensil store or something like that. Find ways to get us to do those kinds of things. Otherwise, it's just, pour yourself a bowl of cereal, have your mom show you how to make spaghetti, and throw together a sandwich. And we need something better than that. I think that's really what you want to be talking about. The delivery, I think, is pretty solid for the most part. I think you could be a little bit more engaged when you're speaking. You kind of stand back a ways. You need to... walk the transitions or be a little bit more engaged. You're mostly just flipping through your cards. But your voice, I think, is pretty effective. You look out at the audience. You're not always engaging the audience, but I don't think you're intimidated by them. I just think you want to be a little bit more into them. It doesn't need to be a romantic thing, but kind of seduce us a little bit here, you know, that I'm up here and I'm talking to you guys, and you know what I'm talking about, that kind of thing. You're looking at them, not just in their direction. All right, thank you.